Hey guys, my name is the Russian Badger, or should I just say, Ich heiße Heinrich und wie war das Wochenende? Schnell, langsam, langweilig, gut, sehr gut, super? Ich weiß nicht. Well, however your weekend was, and that's the question that I just asked you in case you didn't catch on to that, this is actually going to be a full gameplay. And what I mean by a full gameplay is I'm not going to cut any of it out. And although I am going to freeze frame, there's going to be a lot of freeze frame and all of your favorite tactical map dissection, if you want to call it that. But I'm going to be using the shotgun today, and you will see every single minute of this entire gameplay instead of me chopping it up as usual, because we absolutely destroyed these children. I believe it was something along the lines of 7 minutes, I think it was 7 minutes and 15 seconds, and we completed the entire game in that duration of time. 7 minutes and 15 seconds. So just to dissect it for you, I dropped down here at the back of the map, and it's so easy for me just to dissect exactly what these guys are going to be doing. Okay, first of all, I get the medic on the hill. I know they like to be next to this MG, so I'm going to get this guy as well. And it's going to be it's so simple because these guys are so predictable. Okay, so I get him as well. And I also have to be cautious because there's another medic around here who also has a shotgun. But I'm going to break this down in just a few seconds here as to specifically what happens when there's too many gentlemen around you and too many enemies and how you deal with it. And it's not really that complex at all. Like right there, even there, you don't even have to move your crosshairs or your ring that much. Just let him run right into it. And that happens so frequently. I play on the highest sensitivity, and you just gotta wait for them to move into your crosshairs sometimes. That can be very effective. So I sit in this corner here because I know there's a medic with a pump-action shotgun around the corner. I heard it with my headset, and there's also too many enemies for me to take on at one specific time. So I'm gonna wait until they disperse, and then I'm gonna move out, take them out one by one. So let's see how that works. Okay, so this guy goes around the corner. I'm gonna follow him up, shoot him directly in the buttocks, and I'm gonna run around the corner. That medic got a hit marker on me, and I know he's going to follow me around the corner, so let's just see his predictable behavior, and I'll show exactly what happens when you get a hit marker and you follow me around the corner. Let's see what happens when you're so sophomoric like that. Wrong. That is an awful decision. If you follow me around a corner blindly, I'm going to shoot you in your stupid face because you don't know how to use a shotgun and you don't know how to run around corners correctly. And it truly is just the hallmark and the manifestation of a sophomoric player. Boom, his face comes off. So here, I have the decision whether to pull out my sidearm or to complete my pump action. And I know his head's down, he's sprinting, his gun isn't even raised, so I'm going to complete my pump action, and I'm going to blast him in his stupid face as well. So, boom. Not real difficult, because if both those guys are going to run blindly around corners, they're going to have their head down, they're not going to be ready for an engagement, and they're not going to be ready to even hip fire, let alone aim down their sights to try to take me out. So it's easy picking. It's just possessing the power in the situation. So let's see this all again in real time. Okay, I get that guy there. I'm going to pause for a second here because I know they're clustered, and then I go around to kind of check it out, and then I know I can hear the pump action shotgun of the medic around the corner. See, they didn't see me right there. That was pretty ninja if you ask me. And so I go around here. After they disperse, I get one of them because I want to take them on one at a time if possible. I'm going to take his face off, complete the pump action, take him out as well. And I complete the trifecta of killing the clusters of enemies that don't know how to run around corners correctly. So I hope you enjoyed that little segment of how I break down my shotgun gameplay. And there's some trickster sitting in that hangar over there, trying to spawn camp, but obviously he's not going to last very long because I have my entire squad, let alone my entire team, all after him, so it's not a real big deal. And really with shotguns, it's something that I want to discuss today. Probably most of you don't know this, but I'm a very different individual as I sound here and compared to how I sound while I'm playing this game. Let's just say, and I tell this to a lot of them, I mean Sonic Chaos knows this, Ram JB knows this, Darkstar knows this, Mad Killer knows this. They all know that, let's just say I use my mic to its fullest extent when I'm playing online compared to when I am here. And they pointed that out as well. When I'm here, I'm calm, I'm collected, I can speak clearly. I'm not yelling profanities like I am while I'm playing. That was an odd hit marker. I don't know how I killed him. Although I killed him, it wasn't a hit marker, but I thought I should have gotten a hit marker there, but for some reason I killed him. And then other times I'll hit him directly in the chest and I'll get a hit marker, so it's so backwards. That hit detection is just shoddy. And kneecaps, bro. Oh man, that Mr. Nibbles won. I was gonna come up with some kind of funny catchphrase like, "Oh, nibble on that, Mr. Nibbles," but I thought that's immature and I really don't need to do that. That's just futile in my personal opinion. So coming around here, check this out. I want you to pay attention to this. Where is he running? Where is he running? Okay, literally, there are 2 objectives behind him that have already been armed, and he's still running away from the objective. Is he going shark fishing in the ocean? Is he just anti-defuse? I don't know what his deal is, but that is so frustrating. So many guys I see right after they kill me on that kill cam, they are oftentimes just sitting in one location looking through their ACOG scope, or they're running away from the objective, and that's quite depressing. Just, you want to preserve your kill-death ratio by not going into defuse the objective just so you don't draw any gunfire or possibly get killed. That's depressing because I always really admire my teammates that just sacrifice themselves for the team and go in for the defuse. I am one of those individuals, of course. But it's kind of frustrating when teammates don't go for the defuse, and you should really always do that and be considerate. But moving on from catfish and or tricksters that have arguably narcissistic behavioral patterns, it's so simple just to jump out of the helicopter and get some kills straight from the back. And what I mean by the back is there's so many, and I almost do break my knees here with the late parachute deployment, but take this gentleman for example. He's not looking at me, and that's the majority of the killing that you're going to experience whenever you're in the back of their spawn. They're not going to be expecting you, and obviously a lot of the time they're not going to be facing you, so it's just cleaning up easy kills with a shotgun. But one tip here, see, it looks like I'm hitting him center mass, but I only get a hit marker here. Do you guys remember when I was running up the beach next to the street? I shot way to the left of the guy and I somehow killed him. So always be expecting to take a second shot, and after all, I'm playing assault specifically, so my ammo is unlimited. So really a second shot is really, it's no skin off my nose, it's not a huge deal, so don't be afraid to take that second shot just to make sure the guy's dead. And after I kill him, I'm going to kill another medic on the right hand side, and I'm going to go for the pistol here instead of the second pump action shot because I thought he'd be too far away to be killed by a second shot out of my shotgun. And the reason that I knifed there is because I've been switching my controls up between the default setup and the Bad Company 1 setup. But of course I'm saying with the Bad Company 1 weapon setup, it's so much nicer. And what are you doing? I'm a bush monster. I just look like a bush, and I just become a bush after a while because I just sit in the bushes and I'm a bush. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? But I really shouldn't be complaining because I'm going to blast you anyways. You ready? Get blasted. And just to give you an update on that whole reference situation, I've been talking with Sonic Chaos. He's a gentleman that I play with quite frequently, and he knows how much I rage when I use shotguns because I get so many hit markers in situations where I really should kill that guy that's using the Abacon. But I believe he stated that whatever terrain you're in, you can actually become a monster. So for example, I know this sounds quite asinine, and it sounds foolish, and it is kind of foolish, but he was flanking the right side on Valparaiso, and I believe he turned into a water monster, and you can also become a wall monster or a tower monster. And I know you guys might not enjoy this, hopefully you do, but let's break into the tactical map dissection segment, shall we? Alright then, so if you pull up the map here, we can start analyzing, and I know some of you might just be demanding right now something along the lines of maybe "Schau mir auf der Karte, wo die feindliche Stellung ist. Schnell." It's like, you know what? I'm just going to take my time here. I'm going to go slowly so everybody knows basically what I'm talking about, what I'm referring to. And the first thing you're going to notice is the MCOM stations of A and B alongside the machine guns. And those machine guns are really pertinent in this specific set of objectives here. There's one here, 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 and another few up there. Okay. So you want to make sure that there isn't a catfish on any of these, especially the shielded MG to the right of MCOM Station B. Okay, so if that's it, then the preferable route that I ordinarily take is the right side because it involves minimal exposure to the enemy. And if 18 years on this green earth, if 18 years on this green earth have taught me anything, it's that you want to minimize exposure to strangers, and the enemy. Well, the enemy is also strangers, so I guess that would fall into the same category. And this specifically entails running along the downward slope and attempting to get behind the wood logs without drawing too much fire, and subsequently gaining access to enemy territory by entering over the concrete wall. But I'll get to the concrete wall in just a second here. Okay. So the next move is remaining invisible from the enemy by flanking behind the green tarp fence / barrier / decorative border around this end of the map. And I know it sounds weird. You're going to become invisible. Like we're putting on our invisible cloaks like we're in 2nd grade. And where's the invisible cloak, Russian badger, Russian catfish? Well, invisible cloak makes no sense. I feel like invisible cloak would be next to your thinking cap in the janitor's closet. I don't know where invisible cloaks come from, but you'll just be invisible if you stay on the other side of that fence. Okay. So then once you get to the back of their spawn, you have a plethora of choices and decisions depending on your role in the squad. Specifically, I decided to contain and control the enemy by forcing them into the back of their spawn and basically eliminating anybody that I saw, and that's simple enough, right? And it also bought my teammates some time to arm some of the MCOMs. But before we can dive into any of these other properties concerning the enemy position, or feindliche Stellung, as I previously mentioned, there are some other things that we should definitely note. I've marked this vicinity of obscenity, if you'd like to call it that, in green, because there are many treacherous dangers that you might want to look out for. Firstly, there's oftentimes enemies lining this area as they emerge from their spawn. Also observe that there's oftentimes a trickster lurking at the bottom of this hill that will eliminate you as you come down towards B. And really, don't be surprised if that trickster, that swimmer over there, is wielding an abacon. Don't be surprised, okay? And one final thing is that sometimes there are a few wall monsters behind that concrete barrier. And wall monsters are especially dangerous because they lurk and they guard that one area. So definitely be cautious of that. And another thing that you want to be cautious of is the catfish that will probably be on the MG. And just so you know, that catfish will most likely not just be on any MG. It's the shielded MG next to B. Very, very dangerous. Very dangerous. Okay, so to review, get the trickster at the bottom of the hill, get the catfish on the MG, and all the wall monsters that are lurking in the darkness behind the concrete barrier. Okay, so let's see that in real time and let's see what happened to me. Okay, here we go. Alright, since I already described all of this to you in an overhead view, I'm going to go ahead and take this opportunity to let you guys analyze the gameplay yourself and actually let the gameplay just communicate to you directly. And I'm also going to utilize this specific time to ask you 2 very pertinent questions. Okay, number 1 is, a lot of you have been asking me to make an SMG guide. Some of you may not know this, but I made an assault rifle guide. It's basically damage statistics and accuracy statistics. Statistics is a difficult word to say. Difficult. I literally just messed up the word statistical, and then instead of saying word, I said world. How awful is that? My tongue just hates me sometimes. My tongue just sometimes just says, derp Spencer, and yes, that is my name, by the way, in case you guys haven't heard that before. But it's just this tongue sabotage that happens so much. But I just have a really, really long tongue. I'm not going to go into that, but I can touch my nose and the bottom of my chin. It's quite odd, but... Alright, back to the 2 questions. Number 1 is the SMG guide, and number 2, I don't know if you guys heard about this, but there's going to be a map pack 7 for Bad Company 2, and it's going to contain 2 new maps of totally created new maps by DICE, and then 2 previous maps from Bad Company 1. Obviously, I'm a Bad Company 1 veteran. I know the game very, very well. Let me rephrase that. I know that game like the back of my hand. I know that game extremely well. And I also have a gameplay for you guys, just so you know. So, the 2 new maps from Bad Company 1 coming to Bad Company 2 with the map pack 7, and I know I'm speaking really fast, is Harvest Day and Oasis. 2 very, very good maps, but I can actually show you guys and give you guys a preview of those maps in Bad Company 1 if you guys would like that, just to showcase. So, 2 questions, SMG guide. Would you also like to see a map guide or a map preview of the upcoming map pack for map pack 7 of Bad Company 2? And I also have that Bad Company 1 gameplay to upload. That'll be my next upload, of course. So please answer those questions for me. I want to thank you for watching and putting up with however many minutes of this babbling and tongue-twisting sabotage speaking. But until next time, auf Wiedersehen. It's been nice chatting with you guys.